to do something like this today. You guys are going to choose your own photo. You can either go and get it off of Google, or if you have some photos from Yearbook, that would be great. The key, though, is to get a photo that doesn't have a lot of, let me just open this, a lot of distracting background. Okay, so I'm going to open this up. Oh, I need to close this. Hold on. So I'm going to close this. I'm not going to save it. Then I'm going to open this up. Sorry. Okay, so first of all, to zoom in, you're going to hit your Control plus key. If you're using the Mac, it's Command plus. That zooms in as close as you want. Just keep hitting Control plus or Control minus to zoom back out. You'll see this has a pretty good background. It's not real distracting. So I'm going to, when you open your photo, you'll see this menu pops up and you can hit remove background. If that by chance is not showing up, come over here to your layer panel. By the way, I'm in Window, Workspace. I'm in Essentials right here, Essentials Default. So Window, Workspace, Essentials Default is going to make your window look like mine. Okay, so I'm going to come over here to my layers. Yours may be closer down here. You can just hover in between any of these and move these around. Okay, so hover in between where the dark lines are, move it up. There might be a lock sign over here, a little lock icon. Just unlock that if your photo is not giving you this menu. So once you unlock it, it should give you this, and you're going to hit remove background. Now you'll see it didn't remove everything. You'll also see in the layer panel, it gave you this new mask icon right here. And you'll see that everything that is white is showing up and everything that is black is hidden, okay? So we want to clean this up some. So we want black on top over here. We want our black selected. If you have different colors here, you can just hit these little tiny black and white icon. You can hit that. And then this arrow right here beside it switches them back and forth. You can also hit X on the keyboard. That also switches them back and forth. Okay, that's your shortcut for that. So I want black on top because I want to erase this guy's arm. So now I need to get my brush tool. Your brush tool is right here, but you can also hit B on the keyboard. Okay, so I'm going to hit B on the keyboard. It gives me my brush. You'll see, I'm going to put it here on his uniform so you can see it's just an X. If by chance you have your cap locks key on, you will not see the size of your brush. I don't know, it's just a little thing, a little flaw in Photoshop. So make sure your cap locks key is off so you can see your brush size. Now, once you choose your brush, your menu up here changes and you'll see you have brush size, so I can go to full brush size. And you also have the type of brushes. So I'm in my general. You have the soft round or you have the hard round. Anytime you're cleaning up like big areas over here, you want the hard round, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and select that. I'm going to click off of this. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to brush off. Make sure you have this icon selected in your layers panel. Otherwise, if you have this one selected, it's going to do nothing, okay? So make sure you have this icon selected. Black on top because we are erasing, and we're just going to clean that up here, okay? If I want to make my brush bigger, you can use the keyboard up here, but you can also use your bracket keys. So you have a left and a right bracket on your keyboard. The right bracket makes the brush bigger. The left bracket makes the brush smaller, okay? So we've got something over here as well. And then it's hard to tell, but right here, we're missing part of his hand, okay? It erased it when it shouldn't have. So I'm going to Command plus to zoom in, or Control plus, sorry, I'm using a Mac. Oops. Anytime you mess up, Control Z or Command Z is your friend, okay? So anytime you see something messing up, just hit Control Z or Command Z. Now we want to add this back. So to add something back, we want to have white on top. So I'm going to switch this right here, my color palette. I can switch it using this, or I can hit X on the keyboard. And make sure your brush size is, the right size to add it back, and you just click that right there, okay? And now that has added it back. If you need to do any more cleanups or add anything back, you can do that. So like, see, if I did that right here, that would clean that up. I'm going to hit Control Z, Command Z to erase that. So now I'm going to zoom back out using Command minus or Control minus. And here we go. Okay, so now we've got our little guy cut out. I'm a Sooner fan if you didn't know that already. So now over here in our layer panel, we have just our Sooner guy. Next, we are going to do a background layer. So we're going to go up to Layer in the toolbar. We're going to go to New Fill Layer, and we're going to do Solid Color. There's also Gradient and Pattern. Today, we're just going to do Solid Color. Just go ahead and hit OK here. And then you're going to change your color. So I'm going to switch mine to be more of a maroon and hit OK. But we've lost our guy, right? Because over in the layer panel, whatever is on top is what is going to show. So we need to just click on this and drag it underneath our other layer. So I'm over here in the layer panel, and I'm just going to drag it under my horse. If I don't like this color, I can just double click on this icon, and I can make it a little bit darker if I want to, and then hit OK. All right, so now we have our background color. We have our horse image that we have taken out the background. And now we're going to add some text. So we're going to go over to our tool panel, and we're going to get our T tool. We're just going to click on that. Now, you'll see in most of these tools, if not all, there's this little tiny triangle at the lower right-hand corner. If that is there, if you click and hold on it, you'll see it gives you other options. Let me just show you this on other ones. It gives you lots of options anytime you click and hold the mouse key to see what's going on. So we want the horizontal type tool, so that's good. We're going to go here. And then you're just going to click. You're not going to click and drag a box. You're just going to click your text tool, and it's going to give you this Latin text that comes up. This is in all Adobe software, so it's no big deal. We'll erase it. And it also comes up with your last font that you use. So you can click here and you can choose a different font. I'm going to keep mine my Collegiate Black. And I want to change mine. Oh, mine is already white, but if you want to change it, you can change it to black at this time or whatever. So I'm going to leave mine white. And I'm going to go ahead and type Boomer, because this horse's name is Boomer. And I want to make it bigger, so I can either select here and make my font bigger right here, or I can get my selection tool or my move tool, which is this little this little cross-haired arrow up here, and I can choose a corner and make it smaller, okay? So I can just do that. That way you can get the exact size you want. You'll see it's behind him, and I want to see it. And it's behind him because it's lower on the, it's one down on this layer panel. So I'm just going to pull it up to where it's showing. Looks pretty cool. We're going to add another step. So with my text layer selected, we are going to go down to the effects panel. That's down at the bottom of your layer panel. You have FX. You're going to click on that, and you're going to choose stroke. Okay. So right here, I've got stroke selected. It has a check mark on it. It's selected here. And I'm going to change my size to maybe 3 right here. And this is the color it is. So now you can see I've got this stroke over here. And I've got my preview button on right here so I can see. Okay. Now, if I wanted to add another stroke, you won't have these here. You would click on this plus sign and it'll add another stroke. So I'm going to just go ahead and turn mine on. And you'll see that this one, you have to have it selected. So not just checked, but it has to be highlighted. This one I have as white, and I've got it 6 point. Okay, I could make it larger, and you'll see right there that it just goes larger. So I'm going to make it 6 point, I believe, and I can type that in, or I can use my slider. This is also on the outside. So you'll see this stroke I have on the outside. If I were to do it on the inside, it would be on top of the white letter. Let me just turn this off. This will help you see it better. If I have it on the outside, it's going to be more on the red outline. And then center is just going to kind of hover over both the inside and the outside. I always use outside, but there are times when you might need the other two options. Now I'm going to turn my other one back on so I can see that. Let's add one more stroke. So I'm going to add this stroke. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. And I made mine a different color, okay? So you could make it as big as you wanted to. You could do black again, okay, if you wanted to, and just make it like a 10. Or you could do white. But that's not going to show. So I want to do red so we can see it. Kind of a bright red. Okay, looks like that. Now, I don't really like that, so I'm going to erase that. I'm just going to delete that off. If by chance you wanted this up here, you cannot click and drag these, but there are these buttons down here. So I could move this one up, and you'll see then it just goes to the very front, or move it down so that the other two are in front of it. Makes sense? If I don't want to see one of them, I just turn it off. Then when you're finished with that, you can hit OK, and you've got your cutout, your text, and your background. To export a image from Photoshop, because if you just save this, it's not going to import into Yearbook Avenue or anything like that, or into Premiere Pro, or into another software program, even Google or Canva. So you have to export it. So we go up to File, and we're going to go to Export. You can do export as and export it with all sorts of parameters, but I find just a quick export as a PNG is your best bet. And then you just have to save it into the file you want. I'm replacing mine because I already did this. And there you have it. So Photoshop is made up of layers over here. You can just keep adding more layers of text if you want to. If you want it behind your horse, you can put it behind him. Command Z undoes anything. If I want to change any of my strokes, I would just double click on this and it will open up this panel, and I could change that to be a little bit bigger or something if I wanted to, or smaller. I'm going to hit Command Z or hit cancel there. If I want to change the color, I can go over here and change the color to, pink or something if I wanted to. I could even add an image. So if I wanted to add an image, let's say I'm going to do File. If I want to add another image to this, I would go to File, Place Embedded. I could find any kind of image. I'm just going to choose one because I haven't selected one. And I could put that here. So if I wanted the image of, say, a crowd of people, I could put that there. Or if I wanted the image of the background of the stadium, I could put that there. And then I could just move it. So here in the layers, it's on top of it. This is behind it, so forth. And then if I don't want to see it, I can just click this eyeball off. So I don't necessarily have to delete this. If I'm not sure if I want it or not, I can just turn the eyeball off. And when I export that, I'm going to hit this. When I export this as a PNG, or any type of, anything that the eyeball is turned off of, it's not going to export that. Okay, so you don't have to worry about that exporting. Let me just show you. If I turn this text off and I hit File, Export, I'm going to take Boomer 1. Then I go to this and I'm going to search Boomer 1. you'll see Boomer 1 does not have my text. Boomer 2, or Boomer, has my text. And that is just because I turned that eyeball off over here in my layers panel. I know that's a lot. This is going to be fun though. You guys are going to love Photoshop. This is our first one. We just want to get you kind of immersed into Photoshop per se without learning all the tools and everything else. So go ahead, do another one of these, play around with it as time allows, export it and upload it to your assignment.